Now, we want to take the comprehension passage to practice what I mentioned earlier. I expect that you will download the passage and the questions, attempt them, and then you follow through this discussion so that you can benefit maximally from it. Now, what I will do, although, is to first of all read the passage, read the questions. They will be looking at the questions of the four candidates, the answers rather, of the four candidates that we have. And through that, we'll see how we can go about answering comprehension questions properly. Now, the passage is called from The Guardian newspaper of Monday, July 30th, 2012. The passage reads, Joy James is in her mid-20s. She never imagined that a short fainting spell would land her in prison. With a good job as a chef in highbrow Ikoyi, Lagos, Joy's joy was full as she enjoyed all the perks that come with working for a top expatriate banker. On the domestic front, she had not only moved into her own apartment, there was a man in her life and they were madly in love. To crown it all, Joy was pregnant with her first child. But Joy's joy came to a brutal end a few months ago when, after a hard day's work, she decided to withdraw some money at the bank which was intended for buying drugs. Feeling faint, she stopped to rest on the side of the road. A little boy came to ask if I was okay, and before I knew it, a crowd had gathered. Next thing I knew, I landed in court where I was accused of attempted kidnapping. Joy, who was 7 months pregnant then, is now an inmate at the 184 women-strong Kirikiri prisons. Technically, she is not a convict. She's one of the 154 inmates awaiting trial behind the high walls of Kirikiri female prison. To a first-time visitor, the prison building could be any structure as in any fellowship meeting. The enthusiastic clapping and singing of praise and worship songs was with a kind of fervor that would motivate any Christian gathering. Joy, the Guardian, a small group of church fellowship, and other inmates were into deep praise singing and dancing at the prisons that Sunday afternoon in May. To the uninitiated, these women inmates could be mistaken for any other religious gathering of the dark and fair skin, tall, young, slim, and old. But some of their tales locked in their hearts are unmistakably pathetic. While the fellowship lasted, they were radiant and cheerful, but the moment it ended, they returned to their regimented solitude, telling heart-moving stories in some cases. So this is the passage. Now we're going to take the questions on the passage. Question 1. Why did Joy of Joy came to a stop? Question 2. Why would the gathering of a prison be mistaken for a religious gathering? Question 3. Why, in your opinion, is the expression "good job" in quotes? Question 4. What 3 aspects of Joy's life are presented in the passage? Question 5. What landed Joy in prison? Question 6. How many sentenced inmates were in the Kirikiri female prison? Question 7. Joy's joy. In quotes now. The question is, what figure of speech is used in the above expression? Joy's joy. Question 8. A little boy came to ask if I was okay. Now the question is, that is an expression. The question is, convert the above expression in indirect speech to a direct speech. Question 9. An expression in quotes. While the fellowship lasted. Now the question on that is, 1. What is the grammatical name given to this expression? 2. What is its function? Question 10. For each of the following words, find another word or phrase that means the same and which can replace it as it is used in the passage. Now, what are the expressions? What are the words? 1. Spell. 2. Domestic. 3. Enthusiastic. 4. Fervor. 5. the uninitiated. Now we have seen the passage, we've heard it, we've also heard the questions. We will now take the candidates' answers and use them to explain how to go about answering comprehension questions.